It took me quite a long time to develop a voice, and now that I have it, I'm not going to be silent, said Madeline Albright. Today I'm diving deep into a topic which is close to every artist's heart, that is, finding your own unique art style. By the way, this is Aishwarya, the artist and your art educator behind this channel, and you're watching Acrylic, the place where we create changes. Now let's get back to the painting. A lot of artists create a number of artworks and all of them turn out to be very beautiful. But it's just that all of them look very different from each other and they wonder, why don't I have an art style? Or maybe, how am I supposed to have an art style if I love to paint anything and everything? Are you one of those artists? Don't worry, I was one of them too, but not anymore. This journey is rarely linear, and for me, it was filled with self doubt, exploration, and ultimately a lot of happy accidents. And here's how I did it. I know that I'm back after a long time since the last video that I posted, and that's because I was not very happy with what I was doing. I mean, I was happy with the paintings that I was creating, and all of them turned out to be beautiful. And it's not like I was not satisfied with the results, but it felt like this is not exactly what I want my art to be. I have been into art for the past 19 years, and for all these years, I dreamt of expressing myself through art, which I did, but maybe not totally. I would buy fancy supplies, set up my space for recording my videos, only to stare at the blank canvas with a lot of self doubt. During the last few months when I was not posting anything, I painted two big projects with new ideas and a lot of experiments, but every stroke felt like a mistake. I started comparing myself with other artists who have their own very unique style and who were doing very well in their art journey, and the more I compared myself with them, the more I felt defeated. Everywhere I looked, it felt like someone was a million times more talented and a number of times more lucky as well. Then I tried very hard to find a way out, but found none, and I felt stuck in this loop of failing time and time again. The frustration built until one day I simply put down the brush, feeling like a complete failure. And it was so depressing to think that I would have to leave my art. I spent my days by simply lying and scrolling social media. Days turned into weeks filled with the mind numbing scroll of social media. But let's be honest, social media wasn't exactly helping. It started as a distraction, yes, but soon I was lost into a vortex of comparison. But here's the thing. Even in the middle of this discouragement, I started noticing things. While scrolling social media wasn't the most productive use of time, It became a strange form of inspiration. I immersed myself in different art styles, from hyperrealism to abstract to expressionism, and a lot of other ways of creating art. I discovered artists who pushed their boundaries, explored unusual techniques, and most importantly, seemed to have genuine fun in creating. My explorations were not only limited to artworks but also photographs by amazing photographers. There were a bunch of wonderful photographs that I came across, and whenever I saw them, I felt this very strong urge to paint them then and there. Of course, I did not do that, but it felt very satisfying to keep staring at them. Gradually, I started observing the types of pictures that I felt very drawn to. I noticed that I liked pictures of expressive portraits, pictures of pets, and everything that was related to wildlife, the forest, and most importantly, the animals. I also liked pictures of flowers, plants, and in addition to that, I already had my love for everything related to nature. I also kept an eye on the type of color palettes that I felt was speaking to me the most. I noticed that the colors were vibrant, the brushstrokes bold, and all of them evoked a sense of joy that I had not seen in art before. So I kept doing this every day, scrolling different platforms, exploring different pictures, and keeping a note of what I like and what I don't like. And suddenly one day, I thought, what if I fuse everything that I like in one painting? For example, if I liked both abstracts and realism, or maybe both abstract and expressive portraits or paintings, why can't both be in the same painting? And that was my wake up call. I wanted each of my paintings to tell a different story, and I wanted my paintings to have all those elements that it needs to tell its own story. So I started creating collages in my mind by connecting pictures together. Sometimes I did a rough sketch of whatever came to my mind, and other times I use a photo editor to gather my ideas together in one place. And just when I got enough confidence to try to make things work out for one last time, I still wasn't sure if this was the right way. But I decided to sit to paint anyway. So, armed with all these newfound inspiration, I picked up my brush again. And believe me when I say this, the moment I started painting, I felt that I have never been this scared of painting ever before. All those drips that I started with, each one of them gave me chills, like literal chills. And I was feeling that I was destroying this canvas already. But as the first layer dried up and I started off with the second layer, nothing felt more satisfying than that. So this time I approached painting differently. I let go of all the need for perfection. I embraced the messiness that was there on my canvas, and I simply focused on the pure joy of creating. It finally felt like I was telling my own story through the painting, as I allowed my own personality to flow onto the canvas. As you can see in this video that I wanted this painting to be both abstract as well as expressive. I am using complementary colors to paint different parts of this painting. There's something that I like the most about this painting, and that is there is no use of the color black in the whole painting. And it was not until I did this painting that I came to know that we can represent very dark areas without the use of black too. I loved how adding some collage to this painting gave it a new identity to this painting altogether. And as I said that I wanted some portions of my paintings to be abstract too, you can see how I did not cover up the first layer of the painting totally, because I wanted the drips of my first layer to be visible, because I don't want my spectators to see my paintings from an external point of view, but also see through it and experience the story that the painting tells them. So, while going through the process of creating this piece, I realized the fact that my voice in art, or my art style, has always been there within me, and it was not a sudden revelation but rather a gradual evolution. As I practiced more and more, I started noticing recurring themes in my work. I gravitated towards bold lines, expressive colors, and a touch of whimsy as well. My art pieces began to tell stories, evoke emotions, and most importantly, felt uniquely me. Finding my voice was not the end of the journey. There were still challenges, moments of self doubt, and there were times when I felt stuck. But I learned to embrace these moments as opportunities for growth. And I continued to experiment, explore other mediums, and learn from other artists. And now I just want to express myself more and more through art. Now, if you are someone who is stuck and struggling to find your own artistic voice, let me share with you an easier and a quicker way to do that. Remember that finding your art style is not rocket science. Trust me, it's not that complex. You don't really have to add anything with what you already do. It's all within you. It's not about taking on burdens, but rather releasing them. Did this ever happen to you that you saw a particular artwork without a signature or even a watermark, but you could still recognize the artist? This happened because of their unique art style. So let's look at the quicker way to find yours so that people recognize you not only by your face but also through your art. Scrolling through social media platforms and consuming content is not gonna help. But what you can do instead is analyze them. Download and open the app Pinterest on your mobile phone and search for those subjects that you love to paint the most one by one. There will be millions of pictures and artworks and photographs that will be coming up on your screen as your search result, and your work will be to go through as many of them as you can and save all those photos and artworks that you would love to use as reference pictures for your next paintings. You can also download them in your gallery for easier and offline access. So you are going to do this for all the subjects that you love to paint, and you will be saving the picture in one single place. But what if you love to paint anything and everything? Well, save all those pictures that you find attractive into one single place, no matter what the subject of the picture is. The next thing that you have to do is listing all the things that are common within them. This will include the subjects, the color palettes, the value of colors, that is, if you like pictures that are very bold and vibrant, or you like pictures that are light and eye-soothing. Also note the medium that you would like to use to create most of these pictures. It can be watercolors, acrylics, charcoal, or oil pastels, collage, or even combinations of these mediums. And now that you are done listing them, consider these common things as the blueprint of your own art style. Moving on to the final step, which is to get back to your desk and drawing board, get your materials ready for work, choose a reference photograph containing the elements that you added to your list. You can of course create a new unique reference picture like I do for all of my paintings, and use the mediums that you listed to create the picture in your own way, taking into consideration the color palette or the types of colors that you mostly like. It's absolutely okay if you have no idea how to begin with or go through the process since you haven't done this before. Ask yourself this question, that what advice or suggestion would you give to a beginner, or how would you teach the process to a beginner if they wanted to create the same artwork with the materials and the color palette that you chose? Treat yourself as the same beginner and follow the same path. It is also completely okay if your artwork did not come out exactly how you wanted it to be, but it will surely be better than your journey till now. You will need some time to get hold of the style you love. It took me 3 whole paintings to finally be satisfied with my style. It doesn't matter if it takes you more, or it might even take you less, but it will all be worth it. So just keep experimenting and keep practicing. This journey of finding my art style has been transformative. It taught me the power of perseverance, the importance of embracing imperfection, and the joy of expressing myself authentically through art. Whether you are just starting your artistic journey or feeling lost in your own style, remember that it's a process and not a destination. Enjoy experimenting, enjoy the exploration, embrace the mess, and most importantly, never stop creating. This very painting that you are watching me create in this video is that third painting that I did when I was searching for my own voice. It has a beautiful story behind this, and I thought that nothing can be better than sharing this on Women's Day. During our dark times, it becomes very easy for us to forget about the strength that lies within all of us. This beautiful painting of a woman and a lioness whose queenly gaze is brimming with quiet strength and poise reminds us of this very truth. The woman in this painting embraces the majestic lioness not just as a creature but also as a part of herself. This painting is a reminder that no matter how many times we fall, we can always rise back up. The lioness is in all of us waiting to be awakened. As an artist, I see myself in the woman, and as a woman, I see all of us. This painting is titled You Are Me because as women, we are all the same. Now that I've found my voice in art, I feel extremely happy because now for me, making art is no more that boring old process where you just wait to get the piece done and ready as soon as possible. Now, all the process that I go through while creating my paintings feel calm, refreshing, positive, and also very hopeful. Just in case you haven't seen my earlier works, I love to paint food items as well. I used to do a lot of food paintings earlier, and now that I have my own art style, I am planning to incorporate food items in my art too, along with these portraits, wildlife, and flowers. What do you think about the idea? How do you think that would turn out? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self discovery. If you are struggling to find your own artistic voice, remember that there's no single way to create. Experiment, have fun, and most importantly, don't be afraid to express yourself authentically. In the comments below, share your own stories about finding your art style, and let's keep inspiring each other on this creative journey. Until next time, keep creating. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and to all the women out there who are watching me right now, listen to me when I say this. Never ever give up on your passion, because at the end of the day, it's our passion and our dreams that makes us feel alive. Subscribe to my channel if my art could bring even a little amount of change into your life, because that really keeps me going. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Women's Day once again. Bye.